Track 1.
So, Sarah, you're an English teacher, right?
That's right.
You must have taught in many countries before.
Yeah, I did. I taught in the USA, in Taiwan, China, South Korea, Japan, and Ecuador.
Oh, Ecuador?
Yeah.
So, you must be able to speak Spanish very well.
I think so. I studied really hard, and then when I lived in Ecuador, I spent a lot of time talking to people.
Did you teach Spanish too?
No, I didn't. When I lived in Ecuador, actually, I volunteered for the United Nations.
Wow.
And I taught families, and they were being relocated to Canada because they were fleeing the drug wars of Colombia.
Wow.
So I felt very badly for these families, but they had a really bright future, so that was good. But then one week, I had a couple of families, and they were being relocated to Sweden.
Oh.
And I said, I can't teach them Swedish. And the UN said, well, maybe just teach them English. So I thought, they're going to Sweden, they don't need to learn English right now. And my friend, at the time, she's Norwegian, and we were living together. And every day, she helped me to learn a little bit of Swedish, just enough for one class, so that I could teach these families
Wait.
some Swedish.
You were teaching Swedish language?
Yes.
You are an English speaker.
Yes.
You lived in Ecuador.
Yes.
And a Norwegian person taught you Swedish.
Yes.
So you could teach Swedish to people from Ecuador.
From Colombia, currently living in Ecuador.
So they could move to Sweden.
Yes.
And you did this as a volunteer.
Yeah. I wanted to help people, so I moved to Ecuador and I got a volunteer job with the United Nations to help teach people, but I never thought I would be teaching Swedish.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I would like to try that someday too.
You can do it.
Track 2.
Hey Todd, I know you've traveled a lot. What countries have you lived in?
I've lived in 3 countries. I've traveled to many countries, but I've actually lived in 3. I lived in England for 1 year. I lived in Thailand for 4 years, and I have lived in Japan for 15 years.
Wow. So when you lived in England, why did you live there?
It was the first country I traveled to after college, and I had a work permit, a work visa for 1 year, and I worked at a pub restaurant, which was great. It was in the countryside, and I really enjoyed it. And then I did that for 6 months. I lived near Cambridge, so I was near Cambridge University. And then after that, I moved to London, and again, I worked at a restaurant, and I lived in London and just worked.
Wow. So it was after college. How old were you?
I was 23 years old.
Oh, and living in London, that must have been fun.
It was fun, and interestingly, when I went to England, I could not speak English. So I could not understand British people. It took me maybe 2 months before I could understand their English. So it was very difficult to understand British people when I first moved there.
Ah, so you liked it.
I did like England. It was fun. It was my first country. But the weather was cold for me. So I'm from California,
Right.
and California in the United States is very warm. So I didn't like the weather, but that's okay because all British people don't like the weather too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everybody complains about the weather.
Ah, so after England, did you move someplace warmer?
I did. Right after England, I moved to Thailand, and I lived in Thailand for over 4 years.
Wow. Why did you live in Thailand?
I was traveling, and in Thailand, I had no money, and I needed a job, and I wanted to stay in Thailand, so I became an English teacher.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you teach English there for 4 years?
I did. So I went there and I began teaching English. Then I got a teaching course certificate to teach English in Thailand, and I really enjoyed it. The Thai students were really fun. And Thailand is a great place to live because the weather is really nice, the people are really friendly, and the food is delicious. It has the best food in the world, I think.
I've also heard that Thailand is beautiful. Is it true?
It is. It has many, many beautiful islands, and it has lots of beautiful places with nature in the mountains. It has jungles, it has beautiful beaches, so it's a nice place to live.
So you liked Thailand too?
I did. Thailand was great. Yeah.
So England, Thailand, you said next was Japan?
Yeah, so next was Japan, and Japan's nice. I am a teacher, an English teacher in Japan, and I love teaching English in Japan. Like Thailand, the food is really, really good. The people are nice. The scenery is really beautiful. So Japan is really nice.
Are there fun things to do in Japan?
Yes, actually, I like Japan the most because you get everything. You get lots of beautiful nature, so you can go hiking, you can go see beautiful beaches, you can go to really nice islands. But also, Japan has many, many nice cities. So you can go to Tokyo, Osaka, Fukuoka, and the cities have lots to do. There's good shopping, great restaurants. It's easy to travel in Japan by train and bus, so it's really nice.
Wow, that sounds like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it is. Definitely a good place to live.
Track 3.
So, Meg, do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in an apartment near the train station.
Oh, you live downtown.
I do.
Do you like living downtown?
I do like living downtown because it's so convenient. Everything is close by. Grocery stores, the mall, the station.
Oh, that's great. So
Yeah.
what about your apartment? Do you have a nice apartment?
It's a nice apartment, but it's really small.
Oh, yeah? How many rooms?
Well, there are 3 rooms, but each room is pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bedroom, a sitting room, like a living room, and the kitchen room.
Oh, wow. So in your bedroom, do you have like a big queen-size bed, a small bed?
I have a small twin-size bed or a single bed in the bedroom because it's pretty small, so there's not much space for a big bed.
All right. So do you have a TV in your bedroom?
No, actually, I don't own a TV at all.
Really? So there's no TV in the living room, too?
There's no TV anywhere in the apartment.
Wow. What do you do in your house?
I have a laptop computer, so usually I can watch some TV shows or videos on my laptop.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you like to watch movies in bed?
Yeah, sometimes I like to watch movies in bed, or sometimes I prefer to sit in the living room and watch movies.
Right. So you must have high-speed internet.
I do, yes. I have an internet box that my laptop can connect to.
Okay, cool. Do you have a nice big sofa?
I have 2 small sofas, so you can push them together to make one big sofa, or you can keep them separate. Usually I keep them separate because there's more room for people to sit on.
Okay. Now you like to cook, so you must have a nice kitchen.
Unfortunately, I have a very tiny kitchen.
Oh no. How do you
There's-
cook?
I have to use some extra tables to have more space. The counter is really small, so there's not much space. So I have an extra table I use for preparing the food.
Okay. Do you have an oven?
I have a very small toaster oven, so it's not really an oven.
All right. So do you have a microwave?
I do have a microwave and a small refrigerator and one burner, like a stovetop burner.
Okay. Do you cook every night?
I don't cook every night. Sometimes I'm too busy, and sometimes because my kitchen is so small, I get a little frustrated, so I just pick up some food from a restaurant.
All right. Now, you live in an apartment, so how many floors does your apartment building have?
The building has 5 floors, and I live on the 5th floor.
Nice. Fifth
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah, the view is nice, but unfortunately there's no elevator, so you always
Oh,
have to take
no.
the stairs.
Wow. 5 flights of stairs.
5 flights of stairs every day, but it's good exercise.
So you're on the 5th floor. Do you have a balcony?
I have a small balcony where my washing machine is, and I can also hang up my laundry out there.
Oh, cool. Washing machines outside.
It is outside. It's a little different from my house in America.
Oh, so from your view, what can you see?
I can see the train station from one window and all the restaurants downtown, and from a different window, I can see the mountains.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the mountains are nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Track 4.
Hey, Todd, did you have any pets when you were a kid?
I did. I had many pets, actually. I had a dog, of course, and I had some cats. But actually, I grew up on a farm. Yeah, so we raised lots of animals, and on the farm, I always felt like the animals were my pets. So it was pretty cool.
Wow, that sounds really exciting for a kid.
Oh, it was great. It was the best.
What kind of animals were on your farm?
We had almost every farm animal possible. For example, we had pigs. We raised a lot of pigs. And pigs actually are really good pets. They're very fun. Pigs are very friendly animals, and they're not really dangerous. So, also, pigs like people. So sometimes when we were little, we would ride on the pig's back. But if our grandpa saw us riding on the pigs, he would yell at us. We always got in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Also, aren't pigs dirty?
They are dirty. So when you would go in the pig pen, you would get very, very dirty. But, when you are small, when you are young, you don't care. It's just fun.
What about other animals like chickens?
We did have chickens, and lots of chickens. And the chickens maybe were the least friendly animals. So chickens don't like people.
Really?
And the chickens, you have to go get the eggs. So working with chickens was not easy, and I never really liked the chickens that much. Plus, the chickens you eat more often, so it's a little different.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a chicken in person.
Really?
No.
Oh, wow. You must be a city girl.
I am. Although when I was young, I always wanted to have a horse. Did your farm have horses?
We had one horse for a while, and then we had a pony. So, yeah, we had one horse and we had one pony. The pony was great because when I was little, we could ride the pony, but the pony was actually really mean. So the pony would bite you if you were not careful, and if you tried to ride the pony, sometimes the pony would get angry, very angry. But it's okay. When you're small on a farm, it's normal.
Oh, that pony sounds scary. Were there any other animals that you had that were more friendly?
Yeah, actually, the best pet you can have is a goat.
Really, a goat?
Yeah, goats are fantastic. Goats love people. They really, really love people. And they're very social. And goats follow people. So when you are little on the farm and when you walk around, the goats become your friend. So when I was little, I would walk and I had friendly goats that would follow me everywhere, and they were great, and they're very curious. They like to see what you're doing, and and they like to be petted. So how like you pet a dog, you pet a cat, goats also like for you to pet them. They're very, very social. And it's interesting because goats and sheep are kind of similar, but really they're very different. So goats are very social, goats are very friendly, and sheep are very shy, and sheep don't like people at all. So sheep stay away from people, and goats always get close to people.
Sounds like a goat is a good pet to have.
Goats are the best. They are so friendly. And goats are cool because goats talk to you. So they like to make a sound, like bah, they bah, or whatever, they make a sound. And when you walk around as a young boy or young girl, the goats are great. They follow you, and you feel like the goat is talking to you, which is cool.
That sounds really fun. Now I wish I had some goats.
Yeah, you got to. The only other animal we also had cows.
Oh.
And cows are cool. Some cows are friendly. Most cows are shy. But cows, they always come to you because they think they will get food. But if they see you have no food, then cows stay away. So cows Like sheep are a little afraid of people,
Oh.
but pigs and goats love people and they're very social.
Oh, it sounds really cool growing up on a farm.
It was, it was. I was lucky.
Track 5.
Meg, we are talking about traveling and visiting other countries. What countries have you traveled to?
I've been to quite a few different countries. For example, Spain, Belize, and Indonesia.
Wow, 3 different continents.
Yeah, pretty far apart.
Wow, that's cool. So, Spain, that must be a really nice country. What did you think of Spain?
Spain is really beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful nature and also some nice cities. While I was there, I lived in a small city called Cáceres.
Oh, nice. Are the people really friendly in Spain?
Yes, actually, the people are very friendly and very helpful, especially if you're lost.
Oh, that's great. I hear Spanish food is really, really good.
Spanish food is delicious. I lived with a Spanish family, and my Spanish mom cooked delicious meals every day for lunch. In Spain, seafood is really popular, so I ate a lot of fish and shrimp.
Oh, I love fish and shrimp.
Me too.
Now, Spain is really warm, right?
Yes, Spain was very hot while I was there during the summer.
Oh, yeah? How hot? How hot does it get?
It got up past 40 degrees Celsius during the summer.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty hot.
Does it rain?
It does rain, but when I was there in the summer, it didn't rain very often.
So, what about Belize? Belize is a really small country.
Belize is very small, but it's also hot, similar to Spain in the summer.
Why did you go to Belize?
I went to Belize on a study trip for school, and I stayed there for about 2 weeks.
Okay. Now, does Belize have good food?
Belize also has good food. There was a family that cooked for us, and we had a lot of delicious, almost Mexican type food.
Oh, really? So, for example, what do you eat? Like, what do people eat in Belize?
People eat, it's kind of like a taco, but flat, with a tortilla and some meat and vegetables on top and some spices that make it really delicious.
So, the last country is Indonesia. When did you go to Indonesia?
I actually went to Indonesia just last year.
Oh, whoa. How long did you stay?
I only stayed there for about a week.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, short trip.
Yeah, it was a short trip, but I was just visiting some friends there.
Where did you go?
I went to Jakarta and Bali.
Oh, okay. So, I hear Bali has really beautiful beaches. Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. There are a lot of famous and beautiful beaches in Bali.
Oh, did you surf in Bali?
I've never surfed before. Usually when I went to the beach, I just wanted to put my feet in the water.
Oh, yeah. Now, Bali also has very famous scenery on the inside, like the rice fields. Did you see the rice fields of Bali?
No, I didn't see the rice fields, but I did go to some famous historical spots.
So, of the 3 countries, Spain, Belize, and Indonesia, what country was your favorite?
Maybe Spain was my favorite because I love learning language and it was really nice to stay with my Spanish family.
Yeah, I could see that. I really want to go to Spain, and I hope to go soon.
I hope you can go too. It's beautiful.